गणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारम् व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ दुं दुर्गायै नमः। So Shumbha has sent Sugriva, one who has oratory skills, to convince Devi to go to the side of Shumbha and Nishumbha. And thus he is the messenger of Shumbha and Nishumbha who has come to Devi. And let us see what he is talking. Duta Uvacha Devi Daityeshwara Shumbha Trailokye Parameshwarah Dutoham Proshitastena Tvatsakashamihagatah. I am the messenger, the great messenger of Daityeshwara, who is Shumbha, and he is Parameshwara of Trailokya, all the three worlds. O Devi, know this. I have come to you as the messenger, the supreme sovereign of three lokas, Shumbha. And I have come and I'm present in front of you. Tvat sakasham iha agataha. I have come in your presence. Avyahata Avyahatagyah sarvasu yah sada devayonishu निर्जिताखिलदैत्यारिः स यदा शृणुष्व तत् अव्याहताज्ञः सर्वासु and sada devayonishu. And our Trailokya Parameshwara is such that avyahatagyah, no one resists or disobey his command. Is that great? Even among devas. Nirjitakhila daityarihi sir. And he has conquered all enemies of daityas, asuras. Yadaha shunushvatat. You listen to what he has told me to convey to you. Listen to that carefully. So what Shumba says is, Mama Trailokyamakilam Mama Devavashanugah Yajna Bhaganaham Sarvan Upashnami Pruthak Pruthak Mama Trailokyam Akhilam Mama Deva Vashanugah. All the three lokas and also all the devas have come under my control. They are all obedient to me. And also, Yajna Bhaganaham Sarvan Upashnami Pruthak Pruthak. And all the offerings, oblations given to all different devatas through Yajna, Yaga, whatever the offerings they have given, all portions I take it separately, individually, pruthak pruthak, so that no deva will get his portion of the oblation. That is how great I am. Trailokye vararatnani mama vashyanyasheshatah. Whatever is there in all the three lokas, all the gems, the greatest gems belong to me. They are all in my possession. तथैव गजरत्नं च हृतं देवेन्द्रवाहनम्. And I have taken away, I have brought, I have stolen away Hritam, the gem of all the elephants which belongs to Devendra. That is Airavata. I have taken away. Kshirodamathanoddbhutam Ashwaratnam mamamaraihi Uchchaishavasah sanyam tat pranipatya samarpitam. And what can I say about that Uchchaishavas, the gem of all the horses, which was churned out during the Amrita Manthana, that was given to me with so much of obedience, bending in front of me. All the devas have given it to me. Pranipatya samarpitam. Pranipatya means with so much of obedience. They all bow down and they have given it to me. Please, you take this. That's how great I am. Yani chanyani deveshu gandharveshu rageshu cha ratna bhutani bhutani tani mayyeva shobhane. Whatever rare things are there in all the three lokas, or which are possessed by Gandharvas, Nagas, Urageshu is Nagas, and even Devas. All those Ratna, the gems, are in my possession, and they are very much decorated in my possession. They are the gems with me. See, this is how our lower mind thinks, not understanding that all the objects are constantly moving and they are temporary. No one can possess it forever and ever. Previously, it was with someone else, like Devas had it. And now it is with me. And tomorrow it will be with someone else. It is very temporary. So, whatever we possess, we should not listen to the lower mind to have the attachment towards that. It is mine. I want it. It should be in my possession. That thinking is wrong. That is when we become Shumbha and Nishumbha, trying to possess. If we understand, the same thing was with someone else. Because of the Runanubandha is over with that person, it has come to me. Once the Runanubandha with that object is done with me, it will be taken away by someone else who has the Runanubandha with that object. If we have this approach towards all the objects, how light our mind would become and how simple, without worries, it would become. This we have to learn from Durga Saptashati, to be not like Shumbha and Nishumbha. And next he says, Triratna bhutam tvam devi loke manyamahe vayam satvamasmanupagachat yato ratna bhujo vayam. And he's showing his real nature by telling, just like I have the greatest gem of all kinds of gems in the three lokas, we consider manyamahe vayam. We consider among all strees, among all women, you are like the gem of women. You come to us. Tvam asmanupagacha. You come to us as we are the enjoyers of all objects which are great among its species. See the way he's telling. So he's considering Devi as an object to possess, because we are the enjoyers of the objects. Yato ratna bhujo vayam. We are the ones who should enjoy all the great things in three lokas. Because you are the Stri Ratna, you belong to us, you should come to us. So, if we are intimidated by these words of Shumbha, we should also be very sensitive towards the plants, animals, and all living beings, nature in this world. Because all are nothing but jivas, whether it is animal or plant or the panchabhutas. We should be sensitive towards even those living things. Show respect, just like we show respect to devas, to other human beings. They also deserve the same kind of respect. They are not objects. Mam va mamanujam vapi nishumbham uruvikramam bhajatvam chanchalapangi ratnabhotasi vayyatah. And you can take me, Shumbha, or you can take my brother Nishumbha, who has Uruvikrama, great power in him. You can select one of us. Bhajatvam Chanchala Pangi. And you are that beautiful lady with eyes which are chanchala, which are moving constantly, unsteady eyed. Ratna Bhutasi Vai Yataha. And thus you are, in truth, a real jewel, he's telling. परमैश्वर्यमतुलं प्राप्स्यसे मत्परिग्रहात् एतद्बुद्ध्या समालोच्य मत्परिग्रहतां व्रज. And the final note, what he's telling is Paramaishwaryam Atulam, unlimited, the greatest wealth. Prapsyase, you can get it by mat parigraha, by marrying me, by holding my hand. Knowing this, etad buddhya, samalochya, and by thinking it properly, by thinking it over, make the right decision and mat parigrahatam raja, come and marry me. That's what he's telling. And see the way he is describing Devi as Chanchala Pangi. We should understand here the deeper essence of these words. Chanchala Pangi. One who has unsteady eyes, which is quivering here and there and here and there. If we see, Devi has to be Chanchala Pangi to take care of every atom of the whole universe simultaneously at once. So, her Chanchala Panga, Apanga means the side glance. It is Chanchala because she's taking care of the whole universe. And with that quick movement of in her eyes, she looks so beautiful. Chanchala Pangi. But it is with compassion, responsibility over the whole universe. But in other way, he is Shumbha and Nishumba or the Daityas or Chanchala Pangas with greed. I want that Ratna. I want this gem. I want that gem. And he's sending his messengers, army, to fight or to steal and get it to his possession. So even as human beings, we are also Chanchala Pangas. Our mind is sending all the five senses to grab from the world all the objects of five senses and trying to possess it. So our eyes are also going here and there, which should not be. If at all, we should be Chanchala Panga or Chanchala Pangi as Devi. ऋषिरुवाच इत्युक्ता सा तदा देवी गम्भीरान्धस्मिता जगौ दुर्गा भगवती भद्रा ययेदं धार्यते जगत्. And then Rishi said, Ityukta sa tada devi, having been told like this by the Duta who is Sugriva. Gambhiranta smita jagau. She became internally serene, deep within, with a smile on her face. Just visualize it. Devi, she didn't react to it, she responded. How? By keeping the deep serenity within. Gambhiranta smita jagau. She just had a smile, slight smile. Smita. Who is she after all? She's Durga, who is not accessible easily. Bhagavati, one who has that Ishwaratva in her. The light of consciousness is bright in her. Bhadra, who is auspicious. Yayedam dharyate jagat, one who supports, holds the whole jagat. So for her, this Shumbha, what he has sent the message, and the Duta who has come, all look like a child's play, child's words. She shows her Ishwaratva. She's Uttama Nayika. Devyuvacha. And then Devi said, Satyamuktam tvaya natra mithya kinchit tvayoditam त्रैलोक्याधिपतिः शुम्भो निशुम्भश्चापि तादृशः. Yes, you have spoken the truth. There is no mithya, there is no untruth or false has been told by you. It is true what you said. Trailokyadhipati. After all, Shumbha is the Lord of all the three worlds. Yes. Nishumbhaschapi. Even Nishumbha is also Tadrusham. He is also like Shumbha only. Very great. Kim tvatra yat pratignatam mithya tat kriyate katham shruyata malpa buddhitvat pratignyaya krita pura. But what to do here? Kim tvatra yat pratignata. I have taken the promise, vow, or pledge. How can I make that false, mithya? I have already taken that vow long back. Listen to that. Alpa buddhitvat pratignya ya kruta pura. Ayo, I have done that. I have taken that pratignya, promise, with alpa buddhi. Alpa buddhi means with limited knowledge. I made that promise, which is long back. Listen to that. Yo mam jayati sangrame, yo me darpam vyapohati, yo me pratibalo loke, same bharta bhavishyati. What is that promise? Yo mam jayati sangrame, whoever wins over in the battle. Yo me darpam vyapohati, whoever removes or makes it hollow or makes it valueless, my darpa, my pride, my ego. Whoever removes that, makes it false. Yapovati. Yo me pratibalo loke. And whoever is equal in power, skill, whatever I am doing in this universe, pratibala, he should be an equal match for me. Like bimba, pratibimba, bala, pratibala. So he should be exactly like me. In intense wise, skill wise, caliber wise, power wise, he should be equal to me. Then Same Bharta Bhavishyati. Then he will become my husband. Tada gacchatu Shumbhotra Nishumbho va Mahabalah Mam jitva kim chirenatra Panim grunhatu me labhu. So let that Shumbha come to me. Tada gacchatu Shumbhotra. Or even Nishumbha, who is Mahabala, who is very powerful, strong. Let him win. Mam jitva kim chirenatra. Why delay? Let him come, win over me without any delay. Panim grunhatu. Let him hold my hand in marriage. Laghu, at once, quickly. Duta uvacha. Avaliptasi maivam tvam devi bruhi mamagrataha त्रैलोक्ये कः पुमांस्तिष्ठेत् अग्रे शुम्भनिशुम्भयोः. So slowly that Duta Sugriva is becoming angry with this Devi. He's telling, Avaliptasi, you are arrogant and haughty. How can you talk like this in front of me? Devi Bruhi Mamagratah. In three lokas, who is there to stand in front of Shumbha and Nishumbha to fight? There's no one. Kah pumsam tishthet. Who can stand in front of Shumbha and Nishumbha? My masters. Anyeshamapi daityanam sarve devana vayudhi tishtanti sammukhe devi kim punhasti tvamekika. And Anyeshamapi daityanam, even other asuras, even in front of them, even devas cannot stand and fight in the battle. In that case, what is so great about you, woman, standing alone in front of Shumbha and Nishumbha? You are haughty and very arrogant. That's what he is thinking. Indradya sakala devaha tasturyesham na samyuge शुम्भादीनां कथं तेषां स्त्री प्रयास्यसि सम्मुखम्. And remembering the war which took place long back, where all the asuras had won over the devas, this Sugriva is referring to that, saying, even Indra and other devas, Sakala Deva, all devatas along with Indra, could not stand in the battle in front of Shumbha. When that is the case, how can you even try? Prayasyasi. How can you even try to stand in front of Shumbha as an opponent in the battle as a woman? Statvam gaccha mayai vokta पार्श्वं शुम्भनिशुम्भयोः केशाकर्षणनिर्धूत गौरवामागमिष्यसि. As I told you, on my words, you yourself with love go towards Shumbha and Nishumbha. Go to his side, not standing on the opposite side. Go to his side. Parshvam Shumbha Nishumbhayo on their side. Otherwise, Keshakarshana Nirdhuta, being dragged by holding your hair, pulling your hair. Don't lose your dignity, Gaurava. Don't lose your dignity by being dragged by pulling your hair. So, these are the final words of this Duta. Devyuvacha. In return, she told, Evametad bali shumbho. Once again. एवमेतद् बलि शुम्भो निशुम्भश्चापि तादृशः किं करोमि प्रतिज्ञा मे यदनालोचिता पुरा. Yes, it is so. Bali Shumbho, he is powerful, no doubt. Shumbhaschapi tadrishaha, even his brother Nishumbha is also like him, only very powerful. But what can I do? This pratigna which I have done is analochita. The pratigna which I have done pura earlier is analochita. Without proper thought towards that pratigna, I have already done it. What can I do about that pratigna? I cannot break it. Sattvam gaccha mayoktam te yadetat sarvamadritah तदा चक्ष्वासुरेन्द्राय स च युक्तं करोतु यत्. You go back to him and tell exactly like I have been telling you. I have told you already my pratigna. And carefully. Yadetat sarvamadritah. Exactly like I have said, carefully tell him. Considering what he has heard, that Shumbha, let him decide. Sachayuktam karotu yat. Let him do according to what he decides, what he considers. Go and tell. So, for this, the chapter finishes. But let us think about what the words Analochita pratigna, Alpa buddhitvat pratigna. Devi, why is she posing her pratigna as Analochita without proper thinking, without using the proper consideration? Analochita, alochita, analochita. And also alpa buddhitvat, with alpa buddhi, with little intelligence. I have taken this pratigna. Why is she telling this? Why is she posing her vow like this? After all, she is sarvagni, sarvavyapi. When she is the whole manifestation, who can stand beyond her or opposite to her differently in separation? It's not possible. No, never. But in spite of it, she's telling these things. It is only to coax this Sugriva to go and tell Shumbha and Nishumbha to come and fight with her, to coax the further action which the Daityas have to take. So, a marriage can happen between two equals. Only then the marriage is real marriage. And it is no one can marry through fight or through showing their power, strength. It's not possible. Only through surrendering to one another with love. Only then the marriage is possible. So her pratigna will not work. It is not effective. But she expressing it like that is very effective to make Shumbha and Nishumbha to take their action to come face to face with Devi. So I would like to go deep into her pratigna once again. In my contemplation, what is revealed to me about that pratigna, which she tells it is alpa buddhi and analochita, which only an ignorant can accept it. Yes, why did she do that pratigna? Otherwise, she could have been the wife of Shumbha and Nishumbha and enjoy the whole wealth of all the three lokas. So it was not well thought pratigna. Like that, an ignorant can think. For them, it will be analochita and alpa buddhi pratigna. But to a person who is seeker and trying to love Devi and who is taking her as Ishvara, Guru, this pratigna is Maha Pratigna, because this pratigna will lead us, the seeker and the devotee, in the very right way if we apply and follow this. So it is guiding like Guru, like Ishvara, it is a blessing, this pratigna, if we follow. So let me enjoy dwelling in this little more. Yomam Jaiti Sangrame. Whoever wins over me in the battle. Sangrama, the battle can take place physically between two people. That means it is the bodies which are fighting with one another. So it means Yo Mam Jayati Sangrame. That means physical body of the seeker. If I am able to win over that, I am the body. I am the body. If I win over that and know I am the consciousness, it is like winning over one notion, wrong notion, which I am holding on with ignorance. I am the body. That should go. Next one. Yome darpam vyapohati. There, darpa, the pride, arrogance, I as an individual is great, superior. All these things are nothing but the thoughts, the emotions, darpa, which belongs to the mental body, Sukshma Sharira. The first one was Sthula Sharira in the battlefield. Here it is mental Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, mental body. That I have to win over as a devotee seeker. I am the mind. I am the mind. So when I start thinking I am the mind, That is when all this darpa, other emotions connected with that darpa, the pride, will also be dancing around in my mind. If I win over that, I am not the mind, but I am the consciousness. Then I have won over her. And the next one, Yome pratibalo loke. One who is equal to me, equal match to me. Pratibala, like my own reflection. He should be same in power and skill. Here also, to that Shakti, who is Adi Para Shakti, pure energy. Only pure consciousness can be equal, which is Shiva. Yome Pratibalo Loke. Only he can be equal, Shiva. So, when he realizes that I am not the body, because I have won over that body notion, oneness with the body. I am not the mind. If I am not the body and if I am not the mind, who am I? Shivoham. I am Shiva. I am pure consciousness. So, when that seeker has become that consciousness, Shiva, naturally the marriage will take place and Shakti is readily waiting for that. Same bharta bhavishyati. He will become my husband, which is very true. Once I am consciousness, I am Shiva. Naturally, I am one with Shakti. See how beautifully, paradoxically, she has given the words to make the asuras to take their action towards fighting with Devi. For devotee seekers, this is the way you have to win over your own asuras who are inside to become one with me, Sayujya Padavi, to get that Sayujya. Come out of that I am the body notion, I am the mind notion. As an individual, I am different from you. Get away that. Become total consciousness. Realize that you are consciousness. You are not the body. You are not the mind. What a strong pratigna this is. And it is very true that this is how everyone will become her husband. It is so positive, very positive. So, in a way, it is like saying, if you fight as a separate entity, as an individual with Devi, you will be in that avidya forever and ever fighting. It will not help. Once you break over that avidya, which is nothing but maya jala, that darpa is also nothing but mahamayas, maya jala. If one is able to take it out by understanding who Devi is, naturally, Devi will be showing her Sri Vidya to that being, and thus Mano, Buddhi, Aham, all the three will start progressing in the way of gaining Sri Vidya, who is none other than Shri Vidya Mahamaya, Shiva Shakti. See how beautiful it is. Just one shloka with 2 lines. What a great mantra this is. स्वस्ति श्री मार्कंडेय पुराणे सावर्णिके मन्वन्तरे देवी माहात्म्ये देव्या दूत संवादो नाम पंचमोऽध्यायः. Thus it finishes the 5th one. Now we are going to the 6th adhyaya, which is Shumbha Nishumbha Senani Dhumralochana Vadha. That's what is going to happen in this next chapter. Dhyana shloka is Om Nagadhishwara Vishtaram Phaniphanottam Sorum Ratnavali Bhasvaddehalatam Divakara Nibham Netratrayodbhasitam Mala Kumbha Kapala Neerajakaram Chandradhachudam Param Sarvagneshwara Bhairavanga Nilayam Padmavatim Chintaye. I meditate upon that Padmavati, who is the person of Bhairava, who is Sarvagneshwara, who is all knowledgeable. And how is she? Where is she? Nagadhishwara, that is Adishesha Naga, Vishtharam, she is seated on him. Panipanottamsa Uru Ratnavali, and on the Sheshanaga's hood, there are the gems which are sending the rays of the gem like the waves, which is reflecting on the creeper-like body of Devi, and thus she is also shining. Divakara Nibham, and also on her own, she is so bright like sun. Netra Trayodbhasitam, and she has 3 eyes which are really bright, brilliant. And in her hands, she is holding Mala, Kumbha, Kapala, and Neeraja, that is lotus. Chandrardha Choda, one who has Ardha Chandra on her crown. Param, who is the Supreme. I meditate on her. Om Rishiruvacha. Rishi said, Ityakarnya vacho devyah saduto marsha puritah samachashta samagamya daitya rajaya vistarat. Having heard the words of Devi, that indignated Duta, the messenger, Sugriva, returned back to Shumbha, and he related whatever she told to Daitya Raja. Vistarat, in detail. Tasya dutasya tadvakyam akarnya suraratatah sakrodhat praha daityanam adhipam dhumralochanam. Tasya dutasya tadvakyam Akarnya. Listening to those words of the messenger Sugriva, Shumbha got so much of angry and he called for his another messenger who is chieftain, Adhipa of the Asuras, Sainya, who is called Dhumralochana. He Dhumralochana Shutvam Swasainya Parivaritah Tamanaya Baladdushtam Keshakarshana Vihvalam. Hey Dhumralochana, at once, quickly, you along with your army, Parivaritaha, surrounded by your own army, get all the army men, go to her and bring her Anaya, Baladdushtam, by applying your force, and also Keshakarshana Vihpalam, creating that torment, distressed by pulling off her hair, dragging her by hair. Create the torment and bring her to me. With so much of anger, he gave his orders to Dhumralochana. Here, let us think, what is this Keshakarshana? Keshakarshana, it is coming again and again. It is an offense to drag anyone, be it a man or woman. It is highly shameful, degrading, and also it is a criminal act. Kesha Karshana. Kesha is one of the important organs of a human being because it gives beauty, it gives the self-confidence, and also it protects. So dragging that is not at all allowed. If one pulls one hair, it pains a lot. However, when it is together, it has so much of strength in it. Kesha. So we see it in yogis, rishis, how they leave the jata and then they tie it up and hold it here. So what is the significance? What is it? I saw one circus where a girl, her hair was pulled up and the whole thing was tied up to the rope high in the air. And that girl was doing so many tricks, being pulled and tied up by her hair. So I was thinking, how is it possible for a person to have that hair taking the whole body weight? It's just unimaginable. But I could understand it is the mind which makes the decision about if the hair is pulled against the will of the mind, it pains a lot. Against the mind, if it is pulled. If the mind has decided, yes, I want to use the strength of this hair to lift my body weight, it cooperates. Amazing. Kesha Karshana. So what happens is, here the Daityas are pulling her against her will. That means it is creating a kind of pain, anger, revenge, a defeat, ashamed. All these negative qualities will come up. And if we apply this Kesha Karshana to a seeker, what is it? We also do in the initial stages of our devotion or sadhana. We try to do the same Kesha Karshana to Devi by pulling her hair or pulling her, the divinity, grabbing by hair of Devi, and we bring her down to the material world as though it is an object. Like putting her into the vigraha, into the photo. So, but Devi is conscious form. We pull her down in the beginning of our initial stage because seeker wants to gain her, take her within at the earliest. So what do? We become one with the vigraha, one with the photo, and we concentrate and do our puja, worship, meditation, whatever it is. We pull her down instead of raising ourselves to knowing that Devi is consciousness. We don't go directly to that level. So gradually Devi gives us that knowledge. Once we do that Kesha Karshana, establishing her as a murti, object, that is also Shumbha quality. Like he says, Ratna Bhujo Vayam. We are the enjoyers, or we are the ones who perceive all the objects in the world. So we are making her also, that consciousness also, to come into the photo, come into the vigraha. So one has to grow above that gradually. From Kesha Karshana, we should go towards worshipping Devi as consciousness, the self. So this happens in the very initial stage. तत्परित्राणधः कश्चित् यदि वो तिष्ठते परः. Once again, तत्परित्राणधः कश्चित् यदि वो तिष्ठते परः सहन्तव्यो मरो वापि यक्षो गन्धर्व एव सम्. If tat paritranada kaschit, if at all there is anyone appearing as supporting this Dushta Devi, Sahantavyo Amaro Vapi, be it Deva or anyone, he should be killed. Be it Yaksha or Gandharva, Eva Va, or anyone, they should be taken away. They should not give any support to this Devi. So he is really angry. Rishiruvacha tena gyaptastatha shighram sadaityo dhumralochana vridhashtya sahasranam asuranam dhrutam yayo. At once, being given that order by Shumbha, this Dhumralochana came with 60,000 army men along with him at once to attack Devi. Sadrishtva tam tato Devi तुहिनाचल संस्थितां जगादोच्छैः प्रयाहीति मूलं शुम्भनिशुम्भयोः. So, sadrishtva tam tato Devi, having seen Devi, where? Stationed on the top of Himalaya. He said, at once go to the base of Shumbha and Nishubha. At least Sugriva talked to her in so many words, but here at once he is ordering her, looking at her, who is stationed Tuhinachala Samsthitam Jagadochaihi Prayahiti. At once you go to the site of Shumbha and Nishubha, to the base or the root of Asuras. That means you belong to this dynasty of Asuras, not opposing them. You become one of the root Mula of Asuras. न चेत् प्रीत्याद्य भवति मद्भर्तारमुपैष्यति ततो बलान्नय्येष केशाकर्षणविह्वलाम्. न चेत् प्रीत्याद्य bhavati. With love, on your own, you better go to my master, Mad Bhartaram, to my master, Upaishyati. You should go to him. Tato balan nayam yesha. If not, by force, causing distress in you. Vihvalam. I will drag you by, you will be dragged by your hair, causing agitation in you. Devyuvacha दैत्यैश्वरेण प्रहितो बलवान् बलसंवृतः बलान्नयसि मामेवं ततः किं ते करोम्यहम्. Devi is telling, you have been sent, Prahito, you have been sent by that Daityeshwara, Shumbha and Nishumbha. Balavan, and you are powerful. Oh, Dhumralochana, you are powerful. And you are also surrounded by your army. If you take me by force, balannayasi mamevam. Like this, if you want to take me by force, what can I do? Tata kim te karomyaham. What can I do with you? Take me. She's giving them a way to start their action. So, it is another strong message for devotee seekers. When something is going against us, one should step back and say, I have the strength in me. You do whatever you want to. What can I do? Just show the indifference. It can be towards the people or animals, plants, or situation in life, relationship. Once we show that indifference, even the mind will also step back. So once we take one step back, we will be able to judge how the situation is with proper mind. If we react at once, we become the victim of the situation, victim of the relationship. That will not help us. We have to respond. That responding is possible if we adopt what Devi is doing. Go ahead with whatever you want to. That indifference. So, stepping back for a minute is hinted here. And also, Devi is keeping up. I am the consciousness. I am the consciousness. It is the asuras who are seeing her as with a body. So they are telling Kesha Karshana are using the force, all those things on her. But she is not totally identifying herself as the body which those people are thinking. So she is not disturbed in any way. So that stepping back as consciousness is what we have to follow. It's really tough. Only wish Devi gives us that strength, mind, knowledge, and determination, both in that. ऋषिरुवाच इत्युक्तः सोऽभ्यधावत् तामसुरो धूम्रलोचनः हुङ्कारेणैव तं भस्म सा चकाराम्बिका तदा. And Rishi said, Ityuktah sobhyadhavat. That Dhumralochana Asura rushed towards Devi. As he started coming, with that kara itself, she just burnt him down as ash. That kara has so much of power in that Devi. So, this kara, we also use in our daily life. When we are in distress or with no energy in our body, even then groaning, pining. Or for threatening, we use that we use. Isn't it? In so many different ways. Or if we forcefully try to go with someone, what they say is, we say. So this kara has use in so many different ways. So that kara, when used with so much of energy in it, like Devi, one can bring someone to control or make them totally go flat. Kara has so much of power in it. That's what she is telling. It is a Bijakshara actually. Dhumralochana. Dhumralochana, we should think about him also. Dhumralochana is one who has smoky, hazy, confused, deluded vision or sight. That even seeker also goes through that. Once that Dhumralochana kind of asura in the devotee seeker is killed, he will have so much of clarity in moving forward in his spiritual seeking. So, everyone will go through this smoky, confused part in their journey, like Dhumralochana. And once he's gone, at that level, the devotee seeker will not have the hold of Madhu, Kaitaba, and Mahishasura, and now even Dhumralochana is gone. That is taste, the attachment towards the taste or towards the words, and negative energy as Rajoguna in Mahishasura, that will not be there. And then, like Dhumralochana, one will not have any murky or smoky, confused state of mind, but clarity in every thought will be there, so that he will be peaceful and he will be progressing further. So what happened to the rest of the army? Atakruddham mahasainyam असुराणां तथाम्बिका ववर्षसायकैस्तीक्ष्णैः तथा शक्तिपरश्वधैः. The army got angry on Devi and they started showering the arrows on her, which were very, very sharp. And also they tried to attack her with the spear and the axes. Then ततो धुतसटः कोपात् कृत्वा नादं सुभैरवम् पपातासुरसेनायां सिंहो देव्या स्ववाहनः. Then the lion, the vehicle of Devi, on whom Devi was sitting, that lion, Dhutasata, shaking his mane with so much of anger, Kritva Nadam Subhairavam. Subhairavam means with very loud, strong shout, roar. He jumped, fell upon all the soldiers. Papata Sura Senayam Simho Devya Swavahanaha. कांश्चित्करप्रहारेण दैत्यानास्येन चापरान् आक्रान्त्या चाधरेणान्यान् जघान स महासुरान्. कांश्चित्करप्रहारेण, that lion pounced, attacked with his paw, giving a blow. Daityanasyena chaparan. Asya means the mouth. He attacked some other with his mouth, which had strong teeth. Akrantya chadharenanyan. To the lower part of the body, again, he used it as weapon and he pounced on them. Jaghana sa mahasuran. He slaughtered, slain many of the asuras. That lion. Keshanchit patayamasa nakhai kosthani kesari tatha talapraharena Shiramsi kritavan pruthaki. He tore apart through his nakha, the nails of his claw, which were very sharp, the abdomen, koshtan. He tore apart. And then he pounced and hit very hard on the head, and he separated the head from the body of many other asuras. The lion who was very angry on asuras. Vichhinna bahu shirasa kritasnena tatha pare papau cha rudhiram koshtat anyesham dhutakesara. Dhutakesara again moving around his mane swiftly with so much of anger. He cut off the bahu and the shiras from some of the people, some of the army men. Krithastena, kritah tena, tatha pare. And then lion also papau, he drank the rudhiram, the blood of oozing from the abdomen of many other asuras. Anyesham dhutakesaraha, shaking his mane, he started drinking the blood of many asuras oozing from their abdomen. And he separated the bahu and shiras from many other. Kshanena tadbalam sarvam kshayam neetam mahatmana tena kesarina devya vahane nati kopina. Lion was equally angry as his master, who is Devi, about these asuras who were attacking. Kshanena tad balam sarvam. Within a moment, he reduced the whole army of that Dhumralochana. So, what can we understand by this? In what way it is going to help us? By reading these mantras which are describing how ferocious that lion is on asuras. That lion is none other than the devotee seeker. And that lion, being the vehicle of Devi, lion has the intimacy, close association, even physically with Devi, if you're visualizing it. And understanding is happening between the lion and Devi to such an extent that even lion is highly charged with Devi's power, isn't it? Same thing happens with Shiva and Nandi also. Nandi being the vehicle of Shiva, Nandi knows in and out of his master Shiva, and thus he is able to serve him in the right way, perfectly, with full extent, whenever Shiva needed. In the same way, to Devi, this lion as vehicle, understanding his master, what it is. He is cooperating with her so much because he knows in what way Devi needs his presence, and accordingly he is acting. So in the same way, if the devotee seeker is that lion, I will be killing many of the asuric traits, vasanas, behavior, mental setup, which we would have acquired. It can be from many janmas or in this janma because of the environment, association. So all those qualities, even though they are very small in the beginning, it has the potential of becoming asura. So being that lion, we should take out all those negative qualities which are not at all helping us but obstructing us in going further. Many times we are not able to recognize it. We want to be positive and good in all aspects. We want to surrender to Devi totally. That positive thing is there, determination is there. But many times we won't recognize the negative thing which we have. That is the saddest thing. So, even when we recognize it, if we don't tackle it in the beginning itself, we lose the chance and it becomes bigger and bigger, and we might find it very difficult to take it out from the being. So, through this Devi's Vahana, lion, we should understand how, on war footing, we should be observant, alert, determined to kill all those asuric traits in us. So we have to be on our toes to tackle these negative asuric qualities in us. That is what I learned. श्रुत्वा तमसुरं देव्या निहतं धूम्रलोचनम् बलं चक्षैतं कृत्स्नं देवी केसरिणा ततः. Hearing that Asura being killed by Devi and also the whole Sainya being destroyed, reduced, Kshayitam, Kritsnam, the whole army being reduced by lion. Hearing this, Shumbha became extremely angry. And what happened? चुकोपदैत्याधिपतिः शुम्भः प्रस्फुरिताधरः आज्ञापयामास च तौ चण्डमुण्डौ महासुरौ. With so much of anger, with his lips quivering with so much of anger, Prasphurita adhara. Prasphurita means it was just quivering with so much of anger, and he called Chanda and Munda हे चंड हे मुंड बलैर्बहुभिः परिवारितौ तत्र गच्छत गत्वा च सा समानीयतां लघु. O Chanda, O Munda, बलैर्बहुभिः परिवारितौ. taking all the very strong army with you, accompanied by multitude of soldiers. Tatra gacchata gatvacha, having gone there, sa samaniyatam lago, at once bring her to me. केशेष्वाकृष्य बद्ध्वा वा यदि वः संशयो युधि तदा शेषायुधैः सर्वैः असुरैर्विनिहन्यताम्. Bring her by pulling her hair, dragging her by hair. If not, you tie her up and bring her at once. If you have any doubt in battling with her, tada sheshayudaihi, use all the weapons you have and ask all the asuras who are coming with you also to use all the weapons and vinihatyatam, she should be killed. Tasyam hatayam dushtayam simhe cha vinipatite शीघ्रमागम्यतां बद्ध्वा गृहीत्वा तामथाम्बिकाम्. That wicked lady, Dushtayam, being slain, Simhe cha vinipatite, and that lion being stricken down, destroyed, Shighram agamyatam badhva, and take that Ambika somehow or the other and bind her and bring her here. So beat her, do whatever is needed, but you have to bring her to me. And she is none other than Mahamaya. She's the one who knots us to this world, and she's the one who pins us to the samsara jala, the web of the samsara. We cannot keep fighting against her, but by surrendering that ego, I am an individual, I am separate from you. When that goes, she readily gives Sri Vidya to us. Not only that, through Sri Vidya, she also gives the experiential knowledge, Aham Brahmasmi. I am that pure consciousness, Shivoham. Swasti Shri Markandeya Purane Savarnike Manvantare Devi Mahatmye Shumbha Nishumbha Senani Dhumralochana Vadho Nama Shashtodhyayah. For this finishes the chapter 6. I will start up the next one, the Saptama. Dhyanam Dhyayeyam Ratnapite Shukakalapathitam Shrunvatim Shyamalangim Yastaikangrim Saroje Shashishakalasdharam Vallakim Vadayantim Kalharabadhamalam Niyamitavilasat Cholikam Ratnavastram Matangi Shankapatram Madhura Madhumadam Chitrakodbhasi Bhalam. I meditate upon one who is sitting on the Ratnapita, gem-studded throne, Shuka kala patitam shunvatim. And she has a parrot which is talking to her sweetly, and she's listening to that Shuka. And she's Shamalangi, one who is dark in the form. Nyastai Kangrim Saroje, one foot she's placing it on the lotus. Shashi Shakala Dharam. Shakala is a piece of Chandra. She's having it on her crown. Vallakim Vadayantim. She's playing Vallaki instrument, something like Veena. Kalhara Baddhamalam. And she's also wearing the mala, garland of Kalhara flowers. Niyamita Vilasat Cholikam Ratnavastram. She is wearing beautiful gem-studded blouse and also the garment. Matangi Shankapatram Madhura Madhumadam. Slightly intoxicated by drinking the nectar served in that Shankapatra, in that vessel. Chitrakodbhasi Bhalam, and her forehead is so bright, beautiful. That means the forehead is also so attractive, like magnet. Chitrakodbhasi Bhalam. I meditate on that baby. Om Rishiruvacha. Rishi said, Ajnaptaste tato daityaha Chandamunda Purogamaha Chaturanga Balopeta Yayurabhyudyatayudhaha. Being commanded by the Shumbha Nishumbha Daitya Rajas, Chanda, Munda, having them in front as the leaders, all other Sainyas with fourfold army, Chaturanga Bala, they all marched towards her, towards that battlefield. Here, Chanda, Munda are playing a very major role, even in the secret. Chanda represents the extroverted psychic energy. Munda, opposite of that, is introverted psychic energy. Both of them together create so much of havoc. And let us see how they do. Dadrishuste tato devim ईषध्वासां व्यवस्थिताम् सिंहस्योपरि शैलेन्द्रशृङ्गे महति काञ्चने. Mahati Kanchane, on the peak of the mountain, which is Shailendra Shringe, that is on the Himalayan peak. She is sitting there. Dadrishte Tato Devi, seeing Devi. Tato Devi, Ishadhasam, and she is with slight smile on her face. Vyavasthitam, and she is seated on Simhasyopari, on the lion. Visualize that. She is sitting on that Himalayan peak. Shringa means the highest peak. And Mahati Kanchane, on the golden peak. It is not just the Hima, but golden peak. Means even the sun is brightly showering his rays on that Himalaya So it is shining like Kanchana. And she's sitting on the lion with slight smile. It's very attractive for the devotees and the seeker. You want to imagine and visualize, but it is creating some other thing in Asura. ते दृष्ट्वा तां समादातुम् उद्यमं चक्रुरुद्यताः आकृष्टचापासिधराः तथान्ये तत्समीपगाः. Looking at her, some of them became so excited. It can be with anger, or looking at her, they are dumbstruck. They are excited. And some other people, they drew their bow and also sword, fight with her. And many others started running towards her, approached her. ततः कोपं चकारोच्चैः अम्बिका तानरीन् प्रति कोपेन चास्या वदनं मषीवर्णमभूत्तदा. Then ततः कोप चकारोच्चैः. Looking at them, ready to fight with her, she also showed her anger, which was coming from within, making her angry to the extreme. Uchchaihi. Her anger became extreme. Because of that, her face became dark like the ink. Mashi varnam abhutada. She became jet black like the ink. Bhruguti kutilattasya lalata phalakadhrutam kali karalavadana vinishkrantasi pashini. When the Devi, who was so beautiful with slight smile on that Himalaya, all of a sudden with so much of anger coming out of her, she became at once black. From that Devi arose from the Bhrukuti Kali, Lalata Phalakadrutam. Suddenly, at once, suddenly, there emerged who? Kali Karalavadana. She is also terrible to look at. Vinishkrantasi Pashinaha came forth along with Asi means the sword and also Pasha, the noose. So in the next session, let us see how that Kali is, what Kali is, how we can get the benefit from Kali. Let us see that in the next session. Who is Kali is actually. Om Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti. Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti. Om Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti. Om Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti. Om Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti. Om